Hello, happy Tuesday, my lovelies. Sorry, it's been a bit of a mad rush. The shop was with chaos, and I was like, oh, it's 1 o'clock, I've got to run, and yeah, just one of those mornings. Hi, how are you? I hope you're all well. We are incredibly tired from Doncaster. It was lovely to see some of you up there. It was really good show. It was a very quiet show compared to Harrogate. Definitely, I think moving the venue has affected it a little bit, but it was still really lovely. There's so many, people that we don't get to see normally, and they came and said hello, so that was lush. Hi Lindy Lou, hi Anne, hello my darlings. So a bit of a crazy thing. The shop is in chaos now because obviously we're trying to get everything back on the shelves, which it seems a little futile because then we've got to put it all back in the van on Thursday because we're going to Pontypatch's quilt exhibition with the trader for their exhibition on Friday and Saturday, which does mean the shop will be shut Friday and Saturday. Again, sorry, I know it's going to be shut a lot in the next few weeks, but it is what it is. Sarah and I can't be in two places at once. So we're at Pontypatch's, which is at Abercon, and Sian did do a post the other day. So if you are vaguely local, within an hour, come and see us. Come and see the exhibition because we've done their exhibition before a couple of years ago, and they just have some beautiful work to look at, and it's always a nice little day out. So please do come and say hello to us. Hi Leslie, hi Nikki, hi Claire. Right, this is going to be a really quick one, okay? Because this is a really quick block, really quick block. I've called it a wobbly jelly because it does kind of look a bit wonky. Probably should have called it wonky jelly, but wobbly jelly I've gone with, like jelly on a plate. So we're going to go over here. Here we go. And this is the block we're going to do, which is incredibly simple to do. Really simple little block. This is brilliant again for leftover jelly roll strips, leftover scraps, because it doesn't matter what size. I'm using jelly roll strips, and if you've got a jelly roll there, you can literally make a quilt top in a day. This goes together incredibly quickly, but it doesn't have to be jelly roll size. It could be 1.5, 2 inches. It could be 3.5. I'm going to show you how to measure it up depending on what size your strip is. Okay, and the thing is when you then put them together, which I haven't done yet, but because I haven't squared that one, as you can see, when you put them together, what happens is you kind of get like this sort of wonky star happening with the background fabric. So if I do this and put that one up there, like that. See, I haven't got another one. Can you kind of see this sort of like elongated star shape happening? Hang on, we'll pull it down a wee bit like that. Okay, so when you sew them together, which we're going to do in a moment, you get like this, once we've made a few more, you get like this sort of elongated, pulled up star shape, okay? This is great for scraps. This looks amazing, completely scrappy. Like I said, I'm using some leftover jelly roll strips for this, but you can use whatever. So I've got a couple here, so actually let's have some different colours because I've got a few left over. I haven't used that one. Let's use that colour. And then let's use that colour. Let's go for like that. And then, I've used a navy. What haven't I used? What have I used here? Just trying to find, oh, there you go. Is there not like an orange? Yeah, I haven't used this orangey one. They would work well together. Okay. Now you can absolutely, again, this doesn't have to be jelly roll strips. It really can be, scraps. You can cut strips as long as you've got sort of at least 10 inch of a strip. You can get a block out of it. Hi Karen, hi Eileen, hi Jane, hello my lovely. For time, I'm going to cut these in half, okay, and we're just going to make a strip set just with half a jelly roll. But if you were making a whole quilt with some strips, just do them all as one, okay? Saves a bit of sewing, but I'm just going for time element, and then we're going to sew these together. But you can absolutely cut your own strips that way round. I think that's how I want it. If you've got a bag of scraps, or you've got random pieces like this left over, they don't have to be 2.5. You could cut 2-inch strips, or you could cut 4-inch strips. It really doesn't matter. Okay, you just get bigger or smaller blocks. First thing we're going to do is we're going to make this strip set. So I'm just going to stitch these together to make a little strip set of 3. Oh, I can't speak today. Right, over to the machine. Hopefully this is working over here. I might need to put a new bob in actually, because I was sewing quite a bit last night. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to chain piece these 1/4 inch down, and off we go. Okay. Oh my, I tell you what, my dog needs a bath. This room, because she likes to get under my sewing table and sleep in there, and it smells really doggy. I only cleaned it the other day just before I went to Doncaster. I like hoovered all through and mopped the floor, but I'm sat here now thinking, oh mind you, she's very old, she's 16, bless her, she's very old and stinky now. There we go, so down we go on that one. And I'm not going to even iron, you can iron it out in between, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to add this next one on like that, and then I'm going to iron them all together. Hi Marion, how are you? Hi Andy, hopefully everyone's okay. So, but yeah, if you cut your own strips, that works just as well. Or you've got leftover binding, you could do these blocks with, oh I've got hiccups as well, leftover binding. Okay, so there we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to iron this out, and then we're going to measure it to see how big our strip set is. There we go. So nice and easy. Hi, it didn't come on notification, you've missed the beginning. Oh, we're making a little block today, lovely, which I'll show you in just a second. We're making this little altered block, which when you put them together, you get a really cool secondary pattern. So that's what we're doing. So we're starting off with just a strip set, okay? And this can be, as I was saying, any size strips. I'm just happen to be using jelly roll strips because that's what I had. Let's iron that out. Okay, and then we're going to measure how wide this is. Now, if this is jelly roll strips, I'm hoping it's going to be 6.5 inches. Which, yeah, I'm okay, 6.5 inches. So that's what I'm going to cut. So, but if these were 3-inch strips, you would measure, that would be 2.5. What's that? So it's 9 minus half, 8.5. It would be 8.5 if you were using 3-inch strips. If you were using 2 or 1.5 honey bun, 1.5 inch strips, you would just measure this width across here, and whatever that width is the size you're going to cut this down to. So first things first, I'm just going to trim off, if I can find my rotary cutter, there it is. Trim off, so I'm going to use a long horizontal line on my ruler along one of the seams and give myself a nice straight edge, and then I'm going to cut this down. So I'm making, if you missed the beginning, oh we're making a block, lovely, I'll show you again in a moment, okay? So then I'm just going to cut these down to make squares. So I've got 1, 2 and 3. So just, I've got 3. So if you were using a full jelly roll, you'd get six pieces out of it, all right? But I'm just using half for now for quickness. And then you want some accent fabric. Now, I can't remember which one was the right colour, so I cut 2, it's that one. And again, you just need to do a little bit of maths depending on the width of your seam, the width of your block. So these blocks are 6.5 inches, okay? I basically want to halve, so it would be 6-inch finished, okay? So if it's 6.5, I want 3.5 inch squares. If they were 8.5, I'd have 4.5 inch squares. If they were 4.5, I'd have 2.5 inch. Basically, it's half the first number, okay? Does that make sense? That's basically what you want to do. So because these are 6.5, I want some 3.5 inch accent background squares. So, which is, I just grabbed, again, I'm using scraps because why not? So we're going to just cut a long thin strip and then cut this down. So let's cut 3.5 inch squares. Because your accent fabric could be all scrappy as well if you wanted it to be, you know. I just had a little bit this grey left over, so that's what I'm using. So 3.5 because they're 6.5. Does that make sense, guys, about the maths with that? With whatever size your block is, basically halve it, but round it up to the 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to cut some 3.5 this way as well. So, there we go. Now the trick with this is to make sure when you're chain piecing these on in a second, is that you always put them in the same corners, because I have some blocks over here that are going to have to go in the bin because I did them the wrong way around, because I wasn't concentrating when I was cutting. Okay, so you can see you can cut loads of those. Get your shape cut out. If you've got one of the June Taylor shape cuts or a Stripology, perfect for doing this, guys. Right, so 3.5 inch strips, and you're going to need 2 per block. So we're going to whip through all 3 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now I'm going to show you both methods because I've been using the seam guide method and it works on this as well. For those of you who don't like to use the seam guide tape, you're just going to draw a diagonal line on the back of all your blocks. So I'm going to do the first lot with the diagonal line, and then I'm going to do the second lot with the seam guide tape because I'm loving that method. It saves a lot of time messing around drawing and stuff. So first thing you want to do is decide which way round you want your stripes. Do you want them to all go horizontally in your quilt or all vertically? Okay, I want mine to all be horizontal, so I want them all this way. Okay, and then I want to put the first one in the top left. Now it doesn't matter if you do them all top left or if you do them all top right, but you need to do them all the same way because the pattern doesn't work. Okay, so as I found out because I wasn't concentrating when I was messing around with this one. So I'm just going to stitch on that diagonal line, but again, remember what we said about stitching on the line. You want to go just to one side of it. Okay, so I'm going to do that first. We'll do these 3 and then I'll show you the seam guide way on the other corner. Right, there we go. Okay. Oh, excuse me, ladies. Al, is that you, love? Yep. You're out this afternoon, aren't you? Yeah. What time are you back?
Don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Well, I'll make sure you take a key because you're happy and all's back in school now. Okay. Right. Sorry about that. Just it's like the first time in 6 weeks. The house is actually going to be empty, so we've got to remember to lock the doors. So for this one, I'm going to stitch just on the corner side of the line. Give myself that bit of wiggle room. And you can chain piece all of these. So we're going to do that. There we go. On that side. Oh, got a bit wonky. That one. And that one. So that's the first side done. Obviously, I would do all of my patches. I'd make all of these if you're going to do a quilt. Because again, super quick. And we've got the C word, Christmas coming up. So we all need quick presents to make, and this quilt really is. Okay, so iron that one out first, make sure it's right, which it is, before I cut anything off. Because I didn't do that last night when I was messing around with these. And I cut them all off and then realised I'd made them all wrong. I've done half one way and half the other. Once I know that they're all right, then I can trim off. So, rotary cutter, scissors, just trim off that excess. You can do the little trick of stitching another line in if you want, and then cutting it between, and then you've got little mini half square triangles done for you. There we go. This one, and then up this one. Hi Margaret, how are you? Carol, you love the seam guided. I know, it's fab, isn't it? I'm loving it. I'm loving how quick it is. Right, so top left on all of your blocks, like that. Okay, and then your other one is going bottom right, so it's going to go in here. Okay, like that. I'm not going to draw the line. I'm going to show you how to use the seam guide tape if you want to. Okay, so line it all up. Okay, so I've lined it up on there, and put your needle, oh, hang on, let's move it over, make sure it's lined up properly. Just get the first one in the right place, like that. Pop your needle right on the point there. Okay, now I'm hoping you can see this. No, I don't think you can. Let me just move this camera this way a weeny bit. Hopefully you can now see. This point I'm going to put right on the middle line of my seam guide tape. I'm not going to worry about what this needle is doing. I'm just going to concentrate on keeping, hopefully this will come into view. Keep it, oh, no, now I've dropped the camera, hang on. Oh, this camera. There we go. I'm concentrating on keeping this point on that line. Like that. And then I can put my next one in. So you can chain piece these again. You just don't have to draw the line, which saves a bit of time. So just drop that one in like that. Make sure it's right on the centre there, on that centre line. And there we go again, and the next one. So either method works. Like I said, I'm just very into the seam guide tape at the moment. It makes me happy. I love a gadget that is not just a gadget for gadget's sake, you know, a notion that actually, you know, makes sense. Okay, there we go. So back over here, and that's 3 blocks done in that quicker time. Okay, if I'm mid talking, let me just double check. And again, I press out, make sure it's correct, like that, which it is, and then I can trim off. And you can trim off with a rotary cutter if you want to, or hack it off with scissors, either or, whatever you find quickest. You know, you can use a ruler and do an exact 1/4 of an inch. You can just take off that excess. Scissors, whatever. There we go. There we go. Cool. Right, you've now got all of these blocks like that, okay? And then you can put them together. Now you could, you know, do them in pairs, you know, you can match them up. So we're going to put that one against that one. I'm just going to do 3. I would, you know, have more colours happening, but I'm just trying to mix and match this. Well, I needed one more to make a block of 9, but if I do this, and if I just light out a second for you, like that, I'm hoping you'll be able to see the like sort of wonky star that's happening. So if I put this one up there, I don't know if you can see it. Hang on, I'm trying to get it in the shot so that you can actually see it properly. I've really got to get this camera lifted up. There we go. So if I do that and then put that one there, obviously I'd have a one here as well. Can you kind of see that sort of wonky star that's happening there, there and there? And I mean, I've done a pale grey, but if that was in like a rich navy or a dark blue or something, you'd be, you know, you'd see it more. But you get this lovely elongated star, and it happens at all the intersections. So you can see there's another one would be happening here. If that was like that, you'd have one happening here. So it just, you get this lovely sort of like star pattern. Hi Michaela, been to Cardiff this morning from Staffordshire. Just managed to get back in time to watch you. Traffic was busy. Oh wow. You've been to Cardiff this morning from Staffordshire. Wowzers. Oh, well, that's very nice that you've managed to see us, get back in time to see us. So you would then just sew these together. You'd have however many you want in a row by row. It's a really lovely, easy little pattern, but I love how you get this little star happening. You could genuinely make a quilt top in I mean, not sew the whole quilt, but a quilt top in a day. However, you could do a 9 patch, so like that, and make several 9 patches and then do quilt as you go, because you could then really play around with like your free motion and stuff. It's just, you know, just a really simple strip set, alter either side, and you get that happen. Okay, I'm not going to sew them together now, guys, because it's just sewing them together, but and I want to make another one so that I can at least do a 9 patch, which will make a nice cushion. If nothing else, it'll make a nice cushion front, won't it? Or a bag front or something. But I genuinely think a couple of hours and you could have enough for a quilt top. And I think I would probably go them in sets of 9. If you did 9 sets of 9, you'd have a really nice size throw, and you could get it done easily in a day. Easily. Right. Told you it was going to be a quick one, didn't I? What's that? 20 minutes, start to finish. You think you have that, Jerry? Yeah, it's the ombre confetti. I had like 8 or 9 strips left of it, so I thought, well, I'll use that for demo. I think there's one left on the website, but it is a beautiful one. Really, really beautiful. But would be great for scraps. Go through your scrap packs and, you know, a scrap pack. If you've got one of the Moda scrap packs, just use that as your strips. And then do that measurement to get your square, and then work out what your accent backgroundy altered bit is. Generally it could be any size strips, and you would still get that lovely star happening as well. So yeah, that's it for me today. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hi Lynn, hello my darling. I will see you guys tomorrow at 7 o'clock. We're going to do a little project tomorrow evening, and then Sarah's back on Thursday, and then Thursday evening we've got to go up and set up for the Ponty Batches. So, which I'm really excited to see everybody and see what they've been making as well. Be lovely. Hi Linda. I'm just going, my darling. Bye. So I will see you soon. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow at 7. Bye.